Hey everyone, it's me. Who else would it be? So I'm just testing out this new webcam. It's like on top of my TV, so it's kind of weird for me. But I figured you can look at my laundry bag and my chair and my table next to my chair until I can get a background separator. Um, I don't know. Just dyed my hair. Don't like it. Um, Actually, it's funny because I don't like it. I think it's too dark, and hubby likes it. And I'm just like, okay, you're weird. Whatever. If you're on my Facebook, you know a lot of crazy stuff has been happening. Um, my husband's parents' house burned down. Yeah. Um, his dad built that house from scratch, and say too much, but his dad built that house from scratch, and he actually got really injured because he was there and he ran back in to get his dog. And like, he's so totally a hero. Their dog, Cha Cha, was passed out in the bathroom in the bathtub, and he couldn't find her, and he heard whimpering, and his arms were already like messed up from being in the fire, and he got out and couldn't find her anywhere, so he went back in to find her, and dragged her out of the house because she's a big fat dog. She's like a pug chihuahua, or not a pug chihuahua, a pug pit bull, and she kind of looks like Boo, except her nose is all, puggy, and she's probably got like maybe 15 pounds on Boo. Um, and he dragged her out because his arms were all messed up. He couldn't carry her, and gave her CPR. And I don't know, I really admire him. Like, I wish my husband could be like that. But yeah, it was really hard for them because it's a beautiful house, and his dad built that house himself, and now they're living in a trailer. So I know that's like a big difference from like a huge house, 3 stories, basement, 5 bedrooms. Yeah. Um, he even built a room for the dog, like a sunroom patio. It was the dog's bedroom. The dog is fine. The dad is fine. I mean, his dad is okay. He has to wear like, he can't work anymore, and he has to wear like protective stuff on his arms, and he has to start his car with his left arm. He has to reach around and start the car with the left because he can't use his right to start the car anymore. And Paul went up there to help them, which I mean I think is really admirable, but his mother hates me, so it's been really, really hard on us. Um, I don't know, whatever. I'm like to the point where I just don't care. Um, and what else? I don't know. I mean, like, my mom is doing okay. She has congestive heart failure now, which sucks, but at least they caught it. They actually said if she wouldn't have moved down here, they wouldn't have caught it. Um, she would have just had a heart attack up there, but because the air is thinner, it, um, I don't know. This is what she told me. Something about the air being thinner. And yeah, when she moved down here, it made it harder for her to breathe. So like, she went to the doctor, and that's what they're like, oh well, it's congestive heart failure, and you would have never caught it if you didn't move down here because you're used to Wisconsin air, and you wouldn't have had trouble breathing, and then one day you just would have had a heart attack. Um, well, that's kind of scary, but kind of a blessing in disguise that she moved down here, and she loves it down here. I got rid of the station wagon. Yay! Fuck nice cars. I know they're probably gonna be like, oh, we want our money. I paid $5,000 on that car in 1 year, and it's a 1999 Mercury Sable station wagon, and the check engine light was on constantly, and I took it in all the time, like once a month, twice a month at least, to be fixed. And the check engine light like never went off. And I know I put a lot of miles on it, But I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do, is drive a car? And I was making my payments on time. Outrageous payments. And they even lowered the payments to try to get me to keep the car. But it just, paying that much for a used car, like not even a used car, but like a majorly used car. And then, because of issues it was having, like the gas pedal was sticking and it was dying at red lights, and the check engine light like never went off. And finally they were like, well, we'll give you trade-in value for another car, and so you can sign another lease. They wanted to give me $500 for a car I paid $5,000 over the period of a year on, and then had me locked into another 3-year contract with one of their shitty cars. No. The ethical thing would have been to let me out of the lease legally without me having to bail on it. Because the car was trying to kill me. It was pulling on Christine. Like, literally, the gas pedal was sticking. I mean, you want me to drive that car? Really? And dying at red lights? And like, just horrible. And, you know, and I put a review on the Better Business Bureau, and then, you know, they're like, well, if you take it down, we'll pay for your repairs. You know, and I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Because Paul wanted me to keep the car because I had paid so much into it, and I only had another year before it was paid off, another $5,000. So, I mean, I'd be paying $10,000 for a 1999 Mercury Sable wagon, which really sucks because now that I'm like looking at newer cars, well, new cars, they don't really make a lot of wagons. Like, that seems to be the thing of the past, a station wagon. Right now I am driving a 2001 Chevy Malibu. The trunk is kind of small. I mean, it's okay. For the price, it's really cheap. I mean, for the price, it's really a good car. Like, right now, I think I've paid 25 cents a mile to own that car. Let me see. Let me figure this out for you. Okay, so I paid $800 for the car. Yes, I know, amazing, right? And it actually runs. And then I've driven about 2,000 miles. Oh, wait. Okay. So I did the math wrong. Divided by 2,000, not plus 2,000. I suck at math. Yes, I need a calculator for simple math. So I paid like 40 cents a mile for that car at this moment in time. And then if you want to include like insurance and stuff and registration, maybe a little bit more. But registration was super cheap, and the insurance is because it's a salvage title. You know, like the fender and the hood doesn't match the rest of the car, but for $800 and it runs, I don't care. Doesn't have airbags, whatever. Has seatbelts. That's the important part. The seatbelts work. Like in the Sable, the seatbelt on the passenger side didn't work, but that's actually my fault. Actually, it's Boo's fault. I had a seatbelt thing on her, and she didn't like it, and she chewed through the seatbelt. The first time I did it. Now she doesn't mind them, but the first time she did not like being in a seatbelt. So, I don't know. I mean, it had a really great stereo. This one has a tape deck, but I mean, it works because they still make tape adapters for stereos. Just plug your phone in and put on Spotify, and bam! And yes, I like Spotify better than Pandora. I just downloaded it and got the 99-cent trial, and I'm so keeping it when the trial is up because Spotify is awesome. Granted, they don't have any Taylor Swift on there though, which really sucks because only some songs. But they do have like Emily Autumn and Razakel and stuff like that. So, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. Love Spotify. It's awesome. I don't know what else is going on. Like, I mean, just been trying to train Lola and fostering here and there. I started a fundraiser, which I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but I started it, so that's the important part. I want to buy some land along with a couple other people from foster, like rescue agencies. Okay, like the ones I foster through. Okay, so the ones I foster through, one of the ladies, and another agency I foster through, another lady who does a lot of bottle babies and stuff like that. And the other lady, she has a lot of trouble dogs. And we saw this house. Well, it's like 2 houses on 2.5 acres of land in the country. And the other lady wants to get a trailer and put on land too. Or if not this one, maybe something else. And make a rescue and a sanctuary. And then we'll have, because a lot of the problems with fostering and animal rescue is there's not enough fosters, and everybody, I don't know if you ever go on pages and you're like, somebody do something, and it's like, we can only do as much as we are legally allowed to do, and as much as volunteers. I mean, I'm acting like I'm not a volunteer. I'm a volunteer. I'm not like actually, part of a rescue yet. I just volunteer and rescue or foster. I don't even foster the way I used to anymore because our place is really small and the backyard sucks. Um, the fences aren't secure, and I share the yard with little yippy dogs, which is fine, and it works for me now. But if I wanted to foster more, I would need my own backyard with a secure fence. And I do 1 or 2 puppies at a time. I try to shy away from adult dogs because I don't know how the adult dogs will get along with my neighbor's dogs. Ooh, and one of my neighbor dogs kind of don't get along, but we're working on it. We just text each other when we're letting each other's dogs out, like, hey, I'm letting the dogs out. And it's been working, but that's why I need my own backyard, so I don't have to do that. And, I miss my old place where I could leave the back door open and I had the screen up and air could come and the dogs could come and go as they pleased. And I would love to have that again. Big fenced in yard. And then the girls could just come and go as they please. And I know this is a long ass video. And honestly, I don't ever think, I haven't been doing videos of the fosters. I haven't even been doing pictures of the fosters lately. I had an adorable one. He was a hellion, but he was adorable. His name was Charlie. For a long time, I called him Cujo because I hate the name Charlie. Not as much as I hate other names, but, it made me think of that annoying juggalo. And, like, he was just so cute, and nobody knew what kind of dog he was, because I thought he was a pit bull when I was getting him, and then I got him, and he was tiny, teeny, tiny, and maybe it was because he was malnourished, because he was really food aggressive, and really people aggressive, like, not people aggressive, people hoarding. Like, he'd be sitting on my lap, and if Boo came near me, he'd be like, like, this is mine. And I got those habits out of him. Like, I think I still have videos. I'm pretty sure I posted a video on Boo's Facebook of him, like the weekend before the week before he got adopted, where he was doing tricks, and Boo and Lola were sitting next to him, and I was feeding him treats, and he wasn't freaking out. He wasn't trying to eat their faces or anything. Like, when I first got him, I accidentally dropped some mashed potatoes on the floor. He nearly ripped their heads off. This little tiny thing. And Boo was like, whoa, back up. I gotta get away from you. She was afraid of him. He was just this tiny little thing. But he was just skin and bones. And his ribs were showing. And he was just in bad shape. And he had kind of cough when I got him too. I kind of miss him. Boo really missed him. She got depressed when he got adopted. But yeah. And Lola. Lola! Come here, Lola. Come here. Come here. Come here, lazy butt. She's like, I'm sleeping. What do you want? Come here. Come here. Come here, Lola. Okay, fine. Be that way. Come here. Come on, lazy butt. Come on. It's going to take a minute. Come on. There you go. There's my Lola. Come here. Come here. So, as Lola is getting older, we have came to the conclusion that she is not a full pit. And how are you so heavy? I know I never did a formal introduction on Lola. I got distracted and depressed. So this is my Lola. The last time you probably saw her, she was a foster. Maybe she was mine, I don't know. But she was about 3-4 months old. And now she is about 9 months old. Say hi. And you see how tiny she is? Look at that tail. And she doesn't have that big fat head like a pit bull. As she got older, when she was a puppy, she looked like a pit bull. Pure. And now that she is growing, look at those legs. And she's so skinny and so tiny, but she's really tall. She is taller than Boo, which Boo is really short, so it's not hard to do. But yes, and even her collar is, this is Boo's collar, and it's still double. Like, with Boo, it'd be stretched out. She is, I haven't done a DNA test, but I've been looking dogs up online. Go on, you can go lay down with your sister, lazy butt. Or in my chair or whatever. Look at how tall she is and skinny. Lola! Oh, my little big old one. So, I'm looking dogs up online, and because I thought maybe greyhound, but greyhounds are taller. And then I found out she's possibly a pipit. Eventually, I want to do a DNA test, but yes, a whippet pit bull. Because a whippet is like a smaller version of a greyhound. And the fact that she's like 9 months, she's probably not going to do a lot more growing. And honestly, she's only about 35 pounds. She eats like horse. She eats more than Boo does. Lazy. It's too hot to go for a walk right now, so that's why they're just chilling in the house. We take our walks in the morning or in the evening when it's not 100 degrees outside and they won't burn their little toesies. And then we go to the park. And we walk around and we run around. Yes, we do. That would be like, did you just say the P word? Really? So I think she's a pipit, which would be kind of cool. A pit bull whippet. Crazy, huh? Like, crazy. I'm gonna do a DNA test eventually one day. In the future, when I have money. I also joined a weight loss challenge. Trying to get back on track with the eating. It's crazy because everything is just so full of carbs, and I've been trying to go back to the original diet plan for the surgery so I can get out of this stall. Like, I've been stuck at the same weight forever, and I know part of it is because I'm eating like a normal person. Like, I'm eating carbs and, you know, probably way more carbs than I should. honestly, after you have the surgery, you're supposed to do like 60 or less a day, and you realize how hard that is. And I love potatoes. Like everything else, I could probably go without. I don't eat bread. I get low carb tortillas, but potatoes. Ugh. And then like vegetable carbs don't really count. But yeah, so I eat a lot of cauliflower because it's one thing that my stomach actually can tolerate. It sucks if I eat more than a piece or two of lettuce. Like if I make a burger or like ground burger or a taco and I put it in a lettuce, I'm fine. Or I eat a little tiny bit of tomato, I'm fine. If I eat more than that, here's how I pay. There's so many things I can't eat anymore because it makes me sick or it makes my stomach hurt. But lately my diet has been consisting of cottage cheese because it's high protein, low carb, easy, quick. Cauliflower macaroni, that's another one I really like. It's cauliflower, you mash it up, put a little cream cheese and shredded cheese in it, cook it up, stir it up. Tastes like macaroni and cheese, kind of, if you trick your brain enough, because I love macaroni and cheese. Probably eat way too much cheese, but it has a lot of protein. And I'm trying to, right now at the moment, I'm trying to get 180 grams of protein a day. Yeah. So it's like I am constantly eating, but under 1900 calories, while still trying to get 180 grams of protein. See where the low fat cottage cheese comes in? Because I can't stand Greek yogurt. I don't know. I guess this video is like really long, so I'm gonna go. And later. There's supposed to be a weigh-in Saturday, so I'll do the weigh-in and see if I lost any weight. Okay, bye.